Hello YouTube, Spec Ops Delta here, bringing you the dirtiest trick in Orcs Must Die. Now, if you put a advanced Clockwork Mace down here, actually it doesn't have to be advanced, but it does work, and the advanced sticky tar traps, then what you have is a recipe that they literally cannot get through. What the advanced mace does is it does not stop for as long when it swings. You see how it's more, back and forth, back and forth. And the sticky tar traps obviously make it much more sticky and much harder for them to get through, so they walk slower, and thus you can see how they just get stuck and get demolished. Now, what you can do is you can put this many, many layers deep. A little bit longer in this game, I will put a second one up, and it is just impossible for any of these guys to get through. You see early, the timing worked out right, that two guys got through, no big deal, 2 headshots, and they're down. And I almost have enough money for another Clockwork Mace. Now, this trick only works when you have ceilings low enough that the mace can actually do its job. Now, the tar traps, they work all the time. You can supplement this with archers. You can supplement this with the sidewall arrows. Those are good ways to just demolish a lot of people coming through, especially putting these on choke points. It doesn't matter how many people there are, that mace will tear through them all. Now, this doesn't work for the bigger ogres. It will hurt them a lot, so what I like to do is stand there with my crossbow and stun them so they get hit multiple times by the Clockwork Mace. You can see I put 2, they are up now, and it is GG. That is it. They're still shooting arrows at me, which I can easily dodge, but that is the basic premise of this strategy. It makes it very easy, and if there were, say, other avenues that the orcs had to come through, I could rest assured knowing that well, once I get my tar traps down, of course, that this is completely fortified. There is no way that they are going to get through this. It is literally impossible. So it makes it easier for me to run around and maybe get a different angle or guard a different avenue of attack. Now, the problem with this is it is quite expensive. So sometimes when you're starting off and you don't have enough money to get it completely in place, then you might have a few problems. But you also don't want to become too reliant on this one tactic wherein if you have a map that doesn't have this low ceiling, then you can't completely screw yourself, you know what I mean? So you can see I have lightning too, and lightning is a good way to get those combos up. You can get, if you have the sticky trap and you have the Clockwork Mace, if you hit them with something else and you get a combo of 3, you can get many combos, but it helps in getting you that coin and that higher score, because your combos count for higher score, obviously. So I've been rambling quite a bit here, and I don't know if a lot of you know this game. This game is called Orcs Must Die. Sadly, it is only a single-player game. If this was a co-op game, it would be one of my favorite ever. But sadly, it is not. So the basic premise, as you can see here, the orcs come out of the door, and you can see on the minimap at the top right, there is a rift, and that rift is kind of think of it as a glowing blue orb, and the orcs are trying to get to there. You can see in the upper top right, there's 20. Now, if 20 orcs pass through all of my traps and all of my defenses, and they get into the rift, then I lose. And I definitely get, lower points, say if, only 1 is left or something like that. So the basic premise is to guard the rift in any way you can. You're given a variety of traps, you're given a variety of archers, you're given a variety of melee weapons, spells, and all sorts of things to make it easier. And this is one of, just to be clear, this is, I think, maybe the 3rd level, maybe the 4th. It is very easy, and it is not one of the harder levels. The other levels, much harder, and they do give you sort of situational things, I believe, right here. Right, there are chandeliers that you can shoot, and they will drop. There are acid buckets that you can pour on them if they get too close. And those acid buckets do reset. And ow, I'm getting shot by arrows. Idiot. I need to run away. So this is literally, I could turn the corner and I could go make tea or take a shower, and I would come back and this would be done. You can see here that I'm sort of trying to kill them off a little bit more. If you have a group that's really big, sometimes in the later levels on the higher, pardon me, on the higher waves, then really helping out the traps with, say, your fire or your ice or the electric storm It really helps. Like you can see these reset and everything like that. So that is basically it. I want to thank my good friend Guigui3, one of my oldest friends on YouTube, and he was in my live stream as I was live streaming this game, and he gave me this tactic, and it is filthy, it is dirty, and it works so well. It's unbelievable. I literally can just stand here and watch as they just get pummeled and pummeled and pummeled. So definitely, if you play this game, work this tactic into your playstyle, into your game. Make it a part of what you can set up, and I don't think you will be disappointed at all. On one level, I think I got one of these 5 deep, and so even the big trolls, or I forget what they're called. They're not called orcs, but the big dudes, they just got demolished. And so you can see it works. I use it. I suggest that you use it as well. And if you don't have this game, I would suggest picking that up because it is a lot of fun. Definitely. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. All the best, everybody.